Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to ditch that contouring and highlighting routine and build out the cheek using only blush. Hope you guys like it. I am blushed out. You can see that blush peeking through there. Okay, so this is the Brides Maids cheek build out. I'm kind of happy that I finally got around to recording this, because now when someone goes, "What are you talking about, Jasmine?" I can go, watch this. I'll be doing a bride soon, so I figured this video just in time. It's normal for me to provide my brides with a contract of what they're getting and what they can expect. And when it comes to bridal packages, I list in detail, as specific as I can, what you can expect as the bride and what your bridesmaids can expect as well. So one of the things that I'm questioning on the most about that contract, when I list things out in detail, is the cheek build out part. And god damn it, it's just so hard to explain, so I figured I'd make a video to show you what I mean. So usually when you've done your face, you lay the contour, you do the blush, you do the highlight over the foundation, but when I build out the cheek for my bridesmaids, I do it the opposite way. I lay down the cream blush and then I put the foundation on top and I build out a cheek. Build out a cheek. The motivation there is just because, you know, bridesmaids, in my opinion, should look as classy, as fresh, as beautiful as possible without doing a whole lot. You would probably want a wash of color over the eyes. You want to add some symmetry to the brow. You want a cheek where they look like they're blushing from the inside out. And they're happy for the bride on her big day. But yeah, you want to reserve all the jazz and the va-va-voom for the bride. And I always get asked about this cheek build out business, so I might as well show you what I mean. And I just think I'll just take this time to do that. You're probably wondering, however, would you get away with laying blush before your foundation? Well, the key is to work with creams. There are lots of cream blushes on the market. I don't personally have a favorite because I use this guy right here. I use my Makeup Forever artist, what would you call it, an artist palette. They're creams. You've got your primary colors in here and the other colors that aren't so primary. But I like this so much because I travel with it. It's very easy to use. It does transfer, so I don't play with it a whole lot on the eye. It doesn't dry down as matte or anything. But, I mean, when it comes to Halloween makeup and other special effects stuff, this is really cool. I can especially build blush with this too. So here are the colors. When you open it, it kind of reminds you of the crayon box smell. I'm going to take a concealer brush and I'm going to take the end, just kind of pick up some of that product on there. And you do not have to be generous with this. This is actually too much. This dollop I put is actually too much. So you can be less than generous with this stuff. A little bit goes such a long way. We're just going to give an example today, so I'm really not going to mix anything. I'm just going to use one color. And I'm going to put that on the cheek. Just like so. And the idea, honestly, is to look like one of those rag dolls. Do you guys remember like Raggedy Ann and Andy? Or those porcelain dolls that has like the blush like built into their face in those awful circles. It's kind of the idea when you do this. I'm going to take a finger that is dry, product free, and I'm going to blot that into the skin. You want clown cheek. Think clown cheek. This kind of reminds me of is when I used to watch my grandmother put on her makeup, and she never bought blush. What she would do is take her rouge lipstick, her red lipstick, and put it on her cheeks just a little bit. So yeah, this is kind of like the same idea. And depending on how much of that blush you want to peek through, you keep building And you stop when your heart tells you to, basically. This is the foundation I'm going to use. This is the 24-Hour Foundation by Maybelline New York. It's full coverage, medium full coverage, in the shade 330 Toffee. I'm going to put a little bit on a Real Techniques blending brush. This is not a brush, this is a ball. And I'm going to go to work with that foundation. And I'm going to pat ever so lightly. I'm going to make sure most of the product is off the ball or the blending brush. And then I'm going to move the coverage up. But I'm tapping very, very lightly. See? And it's kind of peeking through. And now we're just going to repeat the same thing on the other side. You really want to make sure that you're using a foundation that's payoff. It's kind of like skin. Meaning it's not going to give you such a cake face. So yes, what you want out of your bridesmaids is to have a very clean, clear complexion, but a blushed complexion in my opinion. Now this isn't the last step, but you can see the difference. You can see that this product that we went on first, that we let dry, is peeking through the foundation, and it's kind of giving you that, I don't know how else to describe it, but like, you know how sometimes us girls, even those of us that are brown, we have red notes in our skin after we've exercised a little bit and we look blushed and flushed. This is the effect it gives, and it looks a whole lot natural in my opinion than putting blush on the cheek with a powder as everyone else does. But yes, if you could just see how natural that looks. I hope this is paying off in the camera, because in the mirror in front of me it looks just like I hoped it would. I hope you guys can tell what I've done. And notice we have not even used a contour powder, cream, or liquid. But that cheek looks defined somewhat. Looks like we spent more time on it than we actually have. Now's the time where if you want to really, really go for the blushed up look, you take your brush and then you find your favorite blush powder, color, what have you, in your collection. For my brides, I usually stick with Orgasm by NARS. Not Super Orgasm, but just Orgasm, because I feel like Super Orgasm has a lot of chunky, glittery stuff in it, and I'm not sure why they did that. Seems like somebody in the laboratory was just like, I have an idea, let's put glitter in it. It was a total fail. I'm going to dig into the Stila palette. This is the Perfect Me Perfect Hue palette, and it's got some cool colors in there if you can see, and it comes with these gorgeous pastel kind of colors. They look pastel to me, but I'm almost colorblind, which is throwing me off, because it's like, how in the world can you have an artist who's going colorblind? It's kind of scary. This probably isn't even, if I'm honest, this probably isn't the best brush to use when you want to do blush. I'll show you what you could probably use if you guys are doing this or just trying out with makeup for yourself. There is a Real Techniques brush that I am just happy is on the market, because it's so easy to find and it's not expensive. It's called the Duo Fiber Face Brush, and if you look at it, you see the gaps in between. Those really provide air in between the bristles of your brush. So it works with these hairs, if you notice, that are black and then some are white. They're all different sizes because this really gives you an airbrushed effect. It gives you so much control that you could really build things up or down. Now if at all you feel like the blush is too much, That's what this guy is for. It still has foundation on it from before, and you just go in and you do not move, you do not rub, you pat very, very lightly. And because cheeks are just like my favorite thing right now, I really, really do want to highlight. I never forget that step. I'm going to use this ColourPop highlighter in the shade Wisp. It's not a bad highlight. It probably works better. There we go. It works better with your finger. My God, how long did that take me to figure out? Yes, do you see that glow coming in on top of that blush cheek? Yes. And now you can see that face is finally coming together because of the brow, because of the cheek. I am going to prime the lid, give myself a coat of mascara over my lashes, and give me a nice lip that would probably complement this look, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so basically I've given myself a sweep of color on the eye. I use Omega, which is, actually no, this is Coquette by Makeup Art Cosmetics, and I've gone over the crease and just a little bit on the outer V. And then I used this Eyes, Lips, and Face Cruisin Chic. I don't even know what this is called, guys. It's like a smudge pot, and basically what you do is you just take it on the finger and then you just put it over the lid, and it looks very, very clean and fresh, and that took literally like 5 minutes to do. I did add a lash. I went over the lash band with a flat brush with some black eyeshadow from the Stila palette right here that I showed you guys earlier. And didn't even use a pencil, just took that tool and just dragged it across the lid to give me a line, just to make it a bit, you know, smoky. But now I'm just trying to find myself a nice lippy to use, and I have no idea what I want to use. No, that's fall. I have Japanese Maple. And then that looks a bit too natural, so I need something to spruce it up. I need like a color. Use some Razzle Dazzle by Makeup Art Cosmetics. I'm just having a MAC day. Usually for Brides Maids, you would want to do something with just a bit more pop. Maybe you could use something like these. So very, very pigmented from Revlon. These are more corally, pinky, red, I don't know. But then again, there are some ladies out there who just want their brides to have more of a natural brown kind of lip. And this would be perfect. And because I really, really like Spoon, what is this called? I really, really like Wisp. I'm just going to give a little bit of highlight to my nose. Just like that. A little bit to my Cupid's bow. Maybe I will just add a bit more to the cheek, just because for me, I like a lot of highlight. Like, I love cheeks. And I've learned to like my cheeks a whole lot because I was so insecure about them growing up, because my face is so round, and when I was younger I was a bit fairer and I was really, really red all the time, and my cheeks was just like the first thing people saw when they saw me. And of course, before I forget, this is a very important step. I'm going to take a little brush and put some of that highlight underneath the brow bone. And I need to wet this brush a little bit just to get more payoff. Well, there you guys have it. I hope this served as some kind of explanation for what I mean by a cheek build out. I have built out my cheek totally without using any contour products whatsoever. Now if you have more of a narrow kind of gaunt face. Surprisingly enough, this technique does kind of work for you too. So don't just lax on it. Don't just sleep on it and think it's for us girls with already naturally fat round faces with big cheekbones and such. It's for everyone. If you go in and you build out the cheek and then layer on your foundation, you will have the same effect. And I think it's really beautiful. I think it's fresh, I think it's fun, and I think it really helps you blush outwards for the bride. I think it's perfect for that special day. And I guess my favorite thing about it is that, like I said before, you can really build it up or build it down based on preference. And you really want that flexibility when you are working with other people who are not used to the full face, who want to look at themselves in the mirror after the fact and see themselves still instead of some girl or woman lost behind contouring and everything. Can get kind of scary. I have the power now that if I wanted to take away, I can just go back and use that foundation that has that product on it, this blender ball, and you can just gently pat ever so lightly. Or heck, if I really wanted more blush, I could go back with that same duo fiber brush that I used before, and I can really continue to build out the cheek if I continue to lose it during the day. But this is where I'm going to stop because I feel like this video has served its purpose. This is where I'm going to stop because I feel like this video has served its purpose. So yeah, I'm just going to spray my face down with this Slay All Day by Gerard Cosmetics. This is a mattifying spray. I love looks like this especially because when you're working with brides and their parties, you need to put everything and everyone in a time window. So when someone sits in my seat, they'll be up and gone in 25 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on what they ask for. Now, if they wanted more of an intricate eye with wings and everything else happening, it might take someone at the same time or longer, depending on the artist. Who knows what's happening that day? Like I said, minimal sweep of color over the eye, no wing, a smoked outliner, added a lash, built brows just enough so that they're symmetrical, minimal highlight. I'm lying, I had more than minimal highlight there. I am blushed out. You can see that blush peeking through there. Okay guys, I hope you like it. This was my cheek build out without using any contour products whatsoever. If you have any questions, don't forget to follow me at IG at Jasmine Contours. Thanks for watching. Bye.